Greetings everybody, I am Lobo and welcome to episode 89 of my Minecraft survival series. At the end of last episode, we declared that the Farm District Council was adjourned, which means everybody can go home and I apparently can't pull boats with leads on water. So let's go ahead and just drive it over here or row it over here and let this guy out because everybody can go home. You can go and then do whatever you want to do. If you do want to be in your boat, I realize that that's kind of, a nice place to be. I'll go ahead and leave it here for you. No, I'll be nice. I'll move it over here so you don't have to get your feet wet while you're trying to get to it. So we can just leave that like that and we can get rid of this since we are no longer needing villages or artificial villages back here. And yeah, I think that's it. So this, we just put that glass back if we want this to be operational again. That's how simple this is. But we can also go ahead and start getting rid of all the stuff preventing other villagers from getting back here and enjoying the lovely little garden park area that we made behind our Farm District Council office. And maybe I'd want to throw a couple more torches around here just to be safe. You're just going to jump all over my landscaping. That is so rude. Now, the reason why the Farm District Council is adjourned is because this guy showed up. Maverick finally showed up. And I can tell you, he is not the farmer that Luna wants. Not based on this. He is the farmer that we need, though. We really need him in this boat right here. So just go. Oh, we are so close. We're so close. Get in the boat, Maverick. He is so stubborn. He is so stubborn. Just get in the boat. You are so strong. Why are you so strong? You're really going to make me do it, huh? You're going to make me make a mockery of the Farm District Council office. That's fine. I will drive this boat right onto your face. Where are you? Are you in the boat? Good. All right, so we got Maverick now. He is really making me do this. He's going to make me break this building just to get him out of here, which is fine. That's fine. We'll do things your way. We'll do things your way, Maverick. Let's go ahead and get him to where he needs to be, which is his trading stall at our farmer's market. And here we go. No. Come on, Maverick. Come on, guy, get your life together. Oh, man. All right, it's nighttime, isn't it? I bet it's nighttime. Yeah, I've been warned he gets a little rowdy after sunset. So what we're going to do, I think, is put him in this boat and let him sleep it off, and we'll come back and deal with him in the morning. All right, this is getting ridiculous, and it has taken far too long. Ever since you've shown up, Maverick, you've been nothing. Are you... Is he mocking me? Are you mocking me? Stay. This guy. Hey, do me a favor, keep an eye on him. Well, would you look at this? He did end up getting back in the boat, and he brought a friend. That is nice. So at least somebody's enjoying themselves on this beautiful day in Luna. Meanwhile, others of us have some work to do. So what we're going to be doing today, I think, is we're going to be continuing the project that we started last episode. So you might remember that for our carrot and potato farmers, we set up these little temporary shelters for them to where they could activate their farms. And we're going to talk about that because that did not work out the way I planned it. But we'll get to that later. What I want to do to start off with is actually get them some more comfortable accommodations. So we're going to be building 3 villager houses today, one for our carrot farmer, one for our potato farmer right here, and one for our beetroot farmer. Wheatley, I'm not too worried about him. He lives inside the windmill. He's cool. He has plenty of room in there. So what I want to do is go ahead and try to figure out how we're going to lay these out. Now, I'm not going to go too extravagant with these because, as I said, we are building 3 of these houses in this one episode alone. And we don't have a whole lot of room back here to play with. So what I think I'm going to do is try to just get a general layout traced out on the ground here, how these houses are going to be in relation to the farms with their orientation facing the paths and everything like that. Just try to get a good idea of how these things are actually going to be built. So yeah, let me go ahead and work on that, and I'll be back with you guys in just a few minutes. I think we're definitely gonna have to bring that in a little bit. Like I said, there's gonna be fairly small houses. All right, so now that I've got some outlines in, got some plots picked out for our houses, it's time to figure out our block palette for each of these houses. So we have 3 to choose from, and I want them to be made of wood. So I laid out some options for us here, and I figure I can just walk through and kind of see if anything stands out to me, anything I really want to build with. And I'm just gonna go through and look through these real quick. And I think this might actually look good. The jungle and the dark oak. I think that might be interesting. I haven't done that before. Also, stripped and birch. I think we might go with that as well. And for our last choice, trying to see if anything's like popping out to me. Not really. I think we might just go with something safe. So maybe we'll just go with like birch and oak. Strip birch and oak. Yeah. So at this point, I think it's about time we go ahead and get started building. So what I want to do is I want to get the exteriors of the houses done. And then we're going to meet back up and we're going to talk about some issues that we've been having with the farms. And if we have time after that, I want to go ahead and get the exteriors done today and just be done with these farms. Just be done with them and be ready to move on to something else. So I think at this point, I'm going to go ahead and call Watchdog over here, put on a little bit of music, and get to building. Welcome back, Whoa. Kind of ran into a fence post there. Welcome back, everybody, and we got some houses built in now. Now, this jungle and dark oak combination, I am actually really liking this, and I am looking forward to using it again in the future on something a little bit bigger. I really like how this turned out. This is not a color combination I would have ever thought to use off the top of my head, you know? But I really like that. So this is Senior Character's house over here. If we move around this way, I'll go ahead and show you Rudyard's house, which you can see in the distance right over this way. This is going to be Rudyard's house right here, the tall one, and this one over here will be Tater's house. So now let's go ahead and talk about some of the issues that I've been having with this farm. And you can see right here, this is a perfect example. Thank you, Tater, for, demonstrating for these people what's going wrong. So they're going into these houses, into these buildings during the day and pre-harvesting the field, which means the crops are not fully grown in yet, which means we're not actually making a profit, Tater. We're not actually making a profit here. We're just kind of, planting seeds or planting potatoes and getting those same potatoes back, which makes no real sense. Another thing is, you may notice that there's no potatoes planted at this moment. That's because his inventory ran out, because we're just harvesting the potatoes that were in his inventory and we're not getting any surplus. Which, needless to say, is not good. So what we're going to need to do here is figure out a way to fix this situation. This is just one of those things that happens, when you don't look at tutorials and you don't read up on how to do something, you kind of run into problems when you're figuring out yourself. And now I like to do that. I like to solve these problems myself. I don't like tutorials and stuff like that. I don't like watching them. It's like if you're playing a puzzle game, right? If you're playing a puzzle game, you don't want somebody telling you, oh, put this cube over here and shoot a portal over there, and then that door is going to open for you. No, you want to figure it out for yourself. That's where the fun of the game is for me. Just figuring all this stuff out. So I have an idea. I've thought of ways that we could potentially fix this problem. We don't know if they're going to work yet, but I think it's worth a try. Now, on top of everything else I just mentioned, there is one more thing I overlooked, completely my fault, but it's that crops grow a whole lot slower than I originally thought they did. You imagine that Tater's going into his house every night, he's harvesting the crops once he gets inside, he comes back in the morning and then he plants them, and the crops only have 10 minutes to grow before it's nighttime again and he harvests them, which is not enough time. From what I've seen, crops take on average a little bit over a half hour to get fully grown, up to an hour if he continues to mess with them, which he does sometimes. So what I think we're going to have to do is set this thing up on a timer. Now, I have an idea of what I want to use as a timer, and I think it's going to work, but we're not going to know for sure until I go ahead and get this thing built in here. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and get this thing built, and I'll meet back up with you in just a few minutes and explain to you how I think this is going to work. All right. So I got this thing built in here now, and let me explain to you how I think this is going to work, how I hope this is going to work. Keyword hope. Basically, what we're going to be using here is cacti as a clock. So we have 2 cacti right here. Those are going to be our actual timers. And this third one over here in the corner, that's just to destroy any broken pieces of the other cacti that end up in the water down there. So this first cactus is going to take roughly 36 minutes to grow to the height of this observer right here. At which point it will then allow this cactus to grow to the height of this observer over 36 minutes. So that gives us an hour and 12 minutes. Basically, it does this. So you see that once the cactus grows up there, it's going to break this. It's going to bring that down to 1 block, resetting that whole thing. And it's also going to allow this cactus to grow. So that'll be our second 36 minutes right there. And once this happens, once this cactus grows, that's what's going to activate our system. So you'll see that it activates that redstone lamp. That redstone lamp represents our farm. So we're looking at roughly an hour and 12 minutes between harvests, basically. And you'll see this also resets the system once that goes off. So this block breaks the cactus, sets this back down to 1, and allows the first cactus to start growing again, resetting the entire process, basically. So an hour and 12 minutes. That might be a little bit excessive, but considering how often I go AFK, how many thousands of hours we have invested in this world so far, and how many thousands of hours we'll be spending in this world in the future, I think we're probably going to end up being pretty good on carrots and potatoes. I got both farms wired up now. I got Watchdog sitting up top here, kind of watching to see what happens, so we can actually kind of, demonstrate how all this is going to end up working. So basically, let's go ahead and I already explained how this works. So we'll go ahead and pretend that first cactus grew, and then we'll come over here and we'll pretend this second cactus grew all the way up. So that's an hour and 12 minutes elapsed, and then that should go up into our existing wiring and set off our dispensers just like that. Perfect, and then it's going to cut off automatically, and that's it. That's all that actually needs to happen. Now, I do need to go ahead and reset the system because I did use torches. When the cactus themselves actually grow up, it should happen so fast. They should grow up and get broken so quickly that we don't have to actually do any kind of reset here. But that is something I will look out for when we actually get this thing going, when it starts harvesting on its own. I will watch out for that just to make sure that this is self-sustainable as we need to be. I am just breaking all my torches here. Now, as far as keeping our villagers' inventory stocked up with carrots and potatoes, what I think we're going to do, in addition to and right off the side of our automatically harvested farm, what we're going to have here is a farm that is not automatically harvested. This farm is going to be basically for our villagers' use. He can decide what he wants to do with the potatoes or carrots he gets from these supplementary farms right here. Whether he wants to just stock up his inventory with more carrots or potatoes, or if he wants to just go inside and bake a stew for himself, or boil a stew for himself. However you make stew. I don't make stew, so I don't you don't bake it. I'm pretty sure about that. But if he wants to go make stew for himself with his carrots and potatoes, that's fine as well. He can do whatever he wants with them. We just want to make sure that he has the option to refill his inventory whenever he needs to. All right, so we've almost got version 2 of this farm set up now, and we've got a cactus in charge at this point, since Tater over here has proven that he's not up to the task. So hopefully a cactus is much more trustworthy. I've been kind of thinking, how is the water going to spread over on this side? Because I'm kind of worried about this little opening that he gets to walk through right here. If it pushes, any potatoes through that opening, they won't be collected by us, which could be a problem. So we'll either have to maybe run a rail, or we'll have to, I don't know, maybe put something there to stop the potatoes from going too far. I don't know. We'll think about that, when it happens. But yeah, I guess the only thing we really have to do at this point is to wait. And while we're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and take care of our carrot farm. So there we go. Carrot farm is now done. It looks like Senior Carrots is... Oh, no, he is planting. He's planting. Okay, so we'll leave him to do his thing, and we probably still have quite a while to wait before our potato farm gets harvested. So what I've done is I've set up Watchdog over here. You can kind of see him over here on this little slime pillar. We got him set up to kind of keep an eye on the farm, let us know when it is going off, so that way we can watch and see what happens. Yeah, we still got a while to go. The potatoes haven't even grown in all the way yet. So what I think we're going to do in the time being is work on the interiors of some of the houses that we built today. So keep an eye on this Watchdog, and I will be back in a little bit. What we're going to be doing here, I think, is just, well, I'll go ahead and walk you through this. Okay, so we got basic floors and stuff in place. What we're going to need here are walls and furniture and stuff like that. Now, I think we're probably going to do the same walls on the inside of all of these houses, which is going to be white concrete. We're going to keep it fairly simple. We're going to leave the decoration up to the villagers that actually move in here. I'll just put some basic stuff around just to give them a little bit of furnishing to get them started. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and make up some of that concrete, and I'll be back with you guys in just a little bit. Well, I decided to convert our concrete right next to the farm to see if we could actually see it going off, but it doesn't look like that is actually going to happen because this is actually the last stack I think we're going to need to get our houses done. So unfortunately, I will probably not be a witness to this, which is, you know, kind of a bummer because I really wanted to see it happen, but we'll go ahead and let Watchdog do his thing. I heard something. Yes! Yes, perfect timing. Oh, man. Perfect timing. Okay, so now we can see what we need to do here. We can see that some of the potatoes are ending up over here. So we may need to either run a rail down to collect those, run a rail under this particular section, or put something there to block this area off so the potatoes can't get over it. Maybe a slab. I don't know if that'll work, but it's worth a try. There's also potatoes on the bush right here. So we'll have to fix that as well. So yeah, those are two issues. I'm glad we stuck around to see this. So I'm going to see if we can get that fixed up. Oh, and here comes Tater out to plant some more potatoes. Oh, perfect. This thing is actually turning out really good. So what I think we're going to do is go ahead and raise the bushes up too high, which, you know, I wasn't a fan of that because it kind of, you know, limits our visibility a little bit, but I think we're going to go ahead and need to do that. And then we're also going to put slabs right here to see if that hopefully stops the carrots. If not, we may have to run some rails underground to actually do some collecting over here. But I wanted to go ahead and do the carrot farm first. Just in case this thing ends up going off so that way we can actually see it happen, because this will be the next farm to actually harvest, right? So I'm going to go ahead and set Watchdog up over here somewhere to keep an eye on this thing while I go and do the same thing to the potato farm. Oh, Watchdog monitoring system in full effect. It looks like we're having a harvest as we speak. So let's go ahead and make our way over to our carrot farm, and we'll see if we have any wasted carrots. Any carrots that are anywhere that our minecart cannot collect them and bring them to our storage system. I'm really hoping that this has solved our problems. Oh, Senior Carrots is already hard at work replanting the field. It doesn't look like we have any stray carrots anywhere, which is awesome. You guys need to stop trying to climb this fence. This man is over here hard at work. You guys should have half the work ethic he does. Oh man, this is great. This is great. Okay, so I think we're going to be good then. Carrot stew for everybody tonight. So now that that's settled, I think I am going to go ahead and get the interiors of these houses kind of fixed up a little bit. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and handle that. Put the walls in, get some furnishings in here, and I'll meet back up with you guys in just a little bit, and we can take a tour of this place and see how it all turns out. Let's jump forward a little bit. I have been busy getting the interiors of these houses done, getting them ready for our villagers to move in, which they will do shortly. So let's go ahead and walk through Tater's house real quick. This is, of course, Tater's house. So we got some little furnishings for him. We got like a kitchen area, dining room table, some coat racks and stuff like that. If we go over this way, we can make our way up to his bedroom. Now, there's not a whole lot in the way of decoration up here. You know, he can figure out what he wants to do. I'm not going to, you know, decorate his house for him, but let's go ahead and maybe let him know that his house is ready for him. So Tater, you're kind of absent from your duties. There you are, Tater. Your house is ready. Go enjoy, have fun. So let's go ahead and check out some of the other houses. Or actually, before we do that, we need to get a front door in here for him. Now, we're going to use trapdoors as his actual front door to protect him from both, you know, monsters as zombies that might come in this area, but also from himself, because we don't want this guy wandering around into other people's farms and planting potatoes where potatoes aren't supposed to be, right? So Rudyard's house is right over here. Rudyard doesn't have a back entrance into his house, so we're gonna have to make it so he can actually enter through the front door right here. So we'll probably end up having to kind of rework the gate a little bit, which I still need to take care of. There's still some stuff I need to do for each of these guys' houses, but of course he has a second floor up there where his bedroom and all that stuff is. And then if we make our way over here to Senior Carrots' house, we can see how this is all set up. Now I do need to still open this area up to Senior Carrots. There's like the room that leads out into his field. I need to go ahead and take care of his mud room. That's what we're going to call it. Hey, you're not supposed to be in there. This is not your home. This is Senior Carrots' home. What are you doing? So this is his house. He has an orange bed, of course, just like Tater has a white one and Rudyard has a red one. Their favorite colors. But I do need to go ahead and finish up Senior Carrots' mudroom. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of that, and I'll be right back. So this should just about do it for the final touches on our farmer houses. So Rudyard, please feel free to enter your new home. He's got actual front doors. He can come and go as he pleases. So you might as well call it a night. It's getting late. Let's go ahead and see what Tater is up to at this hour. So we can see he's got his farm over here. He looks like he might have called it for the night. He did his replanting and he's probably inside somewhere. Let's go see if we can actually see him. I don't want to invade his privacy or anything. This is his house, but I do want to see if he's getting any use out of it. Yes, there he is. Oh, he loves it. He loves it. That is awesome. Let's go ahead and see how Senior Carrots is doing over here with all his buddies. Senior Carrots is apparently throwing a house party because he got all these guys just hanging out right at the front. Is he in there? Is he in there? Is he home? I can't see him anywhere. Yeah. You guys. Anyway, how did that carrot end up on top of that dispenser? That's interesting. We also got a little bit of a trampling issue, it looks like. That may be something we need to keep an eye on in the future, see if it becomes a bigger deal. But for the most part, we're making a profit on our farms, which is awesome. Now, Senior Carrots has called it a night before even replanting his field, which is a little disappointing. I mean, police yourself, you know, you're in charge here, but, you know, make sure you're doing the right thing. Do the right thing, guy. But yeah, I think everything seems to be going good here, but only time will tell if we need to make any changes. But that is all the time that we have for today, and we've spent a lot of time in the farm district recently, which makes me feel like next episode we should probably step just outside of it for a little bit and do some work out there. But yeah, if you've enjoyed this episode, please feel free to hit that little thumbs up button. That would mean a whole lot to me, and if you want to see more, please remember to subscribe. And as always, I just want to thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I deeply appreciate it, and until next time, I am Lobo, and I will see you guys later.